Good afternoon. My name is Cornelius Lynch, as you heard. I'm from the beautiful island of Saint-Lucia, warm sunshine. So I'll take this opportunity for a free advertisement. You can come to the Caribbean on holidays. I have a family of only 5 children and a wife, of course. And I have been a banana farmer from the age of 8. I was raised by a single parent, a mom with four children, and my mom had to struggle on the farm to take care of us and her mom. So it was really a challenge for us. But nonetheless, I got to enjoy farming, and so I stayed in farming while my other siblings, they went into other professions. My country, St. Lucia, depends totally on tourism and banana as the economic activity in the island. And getting to know about Fairtrade was really something important for us. Before I go into the detail of Fairtrade, I want to also thank Max Havela for having me in the Netherlands. I didn't know anybody in Max Havela, but through, again, the connection of Fairtrade, through the linkage of Fairtrade, hence the reason why, I'm in the Netherlands, because of the linkage that Fairtrade can create and connection. So that's good. So already, that is a demonstration of the benefits in Fairtrade. I also want to congratulate the organizers of this session, because I think you have chosen a very interesting theme, change for change. It's also difficult for me, change for change. And I am here to testify that Fairtrade is really a change for change. As an organization, Farmers in St. Lucia, before Fairtrade, what you had a number of layers in banana production, really. And there was a time where farmers were beginning to lose confidence in the organization, because you were not able to cover your cost of production because of all the layers that were in the chain. And so people were beginning to be very demotivated. And we saw between the year 1998, 1999, a lot of farmers, they left the industry, they migrated to neighboring island, Martinique, which is a French island, where they actually went and worked on banana farms and were able to better maintain their families back home. You saw a lot of migration into the US. But during that same period of the year 2000, Fairtrade was introduced to the Caribbean, the Windward Islands, through an organization named WINFA. It's an umbrella organization which represents the St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Grenada, and Dominica as an advocacy organization. And so Fairtrade was introduced by this organization to us. I had no idea what it would have turned up to, but I was convinced, and I was desperate too, like many other farmers, that we needed a change. So myself and some other farmers, we took the idea, we went about the community, meet farmers, organize groups, and try to sell the Fairtrade initiative to them. We started in 2000 with 120 farmers producing bananas as Fairtrade. And from 2000 to 2004, 5 thereabout, we saw an increase in membership of 1,200 farmers. And it is simply because there was a direct benefit. Right away, farmers saw a difference in their earnings. For example, farmers got $5 EC more than what they were getting for conventional bananas. So that was a really big change. In addition to that, there was also the social premium, which I'm going to tell you a little more about. So, because of this Fairtrade movement, what we saw, what we had to reorganize ourselves as a corporation, register the organization, and that gave us the opportunity to take charge of our own affairs. We became our own managers. We became our own decision makers, and so we were empowered. Because farmers are a businessmen and women just like any other commercial. We know what we want. Although we may not be as highly educated like having a PhD and all of that, but we know exactly what we want. We know when we're operating at a loss. We know when we cannot afford to manage our farm. So that was an opportunity for us to come together and to make our own decision. And so in 2004, the organization was registered, and we had our own departments, our technical department. It created employment for people within the community. We had our own procurement department to purchase packaging material. And so we are thriving very well. In 2009 now, our membership has not increased significantly because our population is very small. Overall, we have 1,500 farmers, and we have about 85% of the farming population. So we are totally independent now. We can sit with the exporters, the buyers, and negotiate, and the system is totally transparent. But of course, to be a Fairtrade farmer, there are certain standards that you must meet. And we've worked very well with our farmers to meet the standards, and those standards are social standards, environmental standards, health and safety standards. So time will not permit me to go into all the standards, but some of the standards is that workers' rights are respected. There's no violation of workers' rights. We preserve the environment. We reduce on the amount of chemical that is used in the environment. We ensure that workers are protected. They use protective clothing whenever that they are using dangerous tools and whatever fertilizer that they would be applying. So that was an opportunity for farmers to be conscious of their surroundings, conscious of what they do, and they had more respect for the environment. What has happened recently, when we began getting the social premium, we were able to sit as an organization and to decide what is really important for our community. And just to list out some of the things that we have done, we were able to install computer programs in our school, computer labs, so that our children can have access to computer. We are not as poor as Africa, as you may see, and some places they don't have school, but generally speaking, we have schools in the island, in the Caribbean. Most children, they have access to schools, but there are not facilities such as computers so that they could be computer literate. So we gave them that opportunity so that they can have access to computer, have computer knowledge, because in this modern world, without computer, you're just like, you're empty. Nothing happens, everything slows down. So we were able to establish computer labs in the schools. We also assisted in the hospitals in making equipment such as autoclaves available to sterilize tools and equipment that is used at the hospital, so that our people, our community, can have a better health service. We also made water available to some of the schools in Saint-Lucia. You have 2 seasons, the wet season and the dry season. And the dry season can be so dry sometimes that there's always a shortage of water. So what we have done, we have purchased water tanks so that they have a backup reserve during the dry season. We also established medical assistant program for our farmers so that they can feel confident now to go to a doctor and to check on their health, and they are reimbursed at a certain amount for the year. In the past, that was non-existent. So if we're really talking about change, Fairtrade has demonstrated that it does make a change in community. So I want to finally advise, particularly the young people, not that I'm discriminating or the others, but particularly the young people who are the future of tomorrow. the consumer and the policy makers that they should use their energy to influence within the community, within the surrounding, to make have people to buy more Fairtrade product. And you know that when you buy a Fairtrade product, you're making a contribution to the developing world to improve the standard of living for people in my part of the world. I want to thank you very much.
Thank you.